Alright, let's dive into a story that's as shocking as it is thought-provoking. Imagine this: a 17-year-old kid beaten, tied to a tree, left in the middle of nowhere. It's the kind of thing that makes you stop and think, how did we get here? And here's the kicker: 9 people were arrested in connection with this, including a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old. Personally, I think this story isn't just about a crime. It's a mirror reflecting deeper issues in our society. Let's break it down. First off, the details are chilling. A jogger found the teenager in bushland near Townsville, Australia, at 6:35 in the morning. That alone paints a picture: a quiet, isolated area, and a kid left in a state that's hard to even imagine. What makes this really interesting is the age of some of the perpetrators. A 13-year-old charged with torture? A 14-year-old facing assault charges? From my perspective, this isn't just about individual actions. It's about systemic failures. What's going on in these kids' lives that they're capable of something like this? And what does it say about the environment they're growing up in? Now, let's talk about the adults involved. A 35-year-old woman charged with torture and unlawful confinement. She's in custody, awaiting court. Here's where it gets even more complex. Are these adults enabling this behavior? Or is there something darker at play? One thing that immediately stands out is the role of influence. Are these younger kids being manipulated? Or is this a case of peer pressure gone horribly wrong? What many people don't realize is that these situations often involve a toxic mix of power dynamics and vulnerability. What this really suggests is that we need to look beyond the headlines. Yes, it's a horrific crime, but it's also a symptom of bigger problems: breakdowns in family structures, failures in the education system, maybe even societal neglect. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't an isolated incident. We've seen similar cases pop up around the world, and it raises a deeper question: are we doing enough to address the root causes of such behavior? Or are we just reacting after the damage is done? Another detail I find fascinating is the timing and the location. Townsville isn't exactly a bustling metropolis. It's a regional area. Does that play a role? Are there fewer resources for at-risk youth in these areas? Personally, I think geography matters more than we give it credit for. Urban centers often have more support systems, but what about smaller towns? What's the safety net for kids there? And let's not forget the 6 other people arrested who haven't been charged yet. What's their story? Were they bystanders, accomplices, or something else entirely? This raises even more questions about the dynamics of group behavior. In my opinion, the fact that so many people were involved points to a culture of desensitization or normalization of violence. How do we even begin to address that? Here's the thing: this story isn't just about a crime, it's about us. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about how we raise our kids, how we support our communities, and how we respond to signs of trouble. What this really suggests is that prevention is just as important as punishment. If we're not investing in mental health, education, and community programs, we're setting ourselves up for more tragedies like this. So where do we go from here? Personally, I think the first step is acknowledging that this isn't just a bad apple situation. It's a systemic issue that requires systemic solutions. We need to ask ourselves, are we doing enough to protect our youth? Are we creating environments where kids feel valued and supported? Or are we turning a blind eye until it's too late? As I wrap this up, I'm left with a lingering question: what does it take for us to act? Do we need more stories like this to finally spark change? Or can we start now, by having these tough conversations and demanding better for our communities? Let me know what you think in the comments. This isn't just a story, it's a call to action. And how we respond says everything about who we are.